Hello everyone, this is Jackie, and today my topic is Engineering by Design Curriculum Review and Evaluation. This is for grade 5. First of all, let's make an introduction about what EBD is. EBD, Engineering by Design Technology, is an integrative elementary curriculum building a solid foundation in STEM education for students who can start STEM education in an early age. It is a national model program based on standards for technological literacy. It can use this as a basic for the development of a new program in STEM. The EBD integrative curriculum for elementary STEM lets students to solve technological design challenges in an environmental context. Science and mathematics conceptual development is supported through strategy integration of key concepts and skills. The website states not only an integrative learning process for students in K-5, but also a completely learning system for inventors and educators. Firstly, let's make a brief introduction about what the website has. It has two obvious parts. First one is background information. Then the other one is complete guide for grade 5 community connection. It gives the background information gives readers a background in details about what is integrative STEM, the building blocks of the curriculum and standards, and the lessons introduction are. Here is an example, and it demonstrates the meaning of integrative STEM. And it also uses the diagrams to give readers a clearly and systemic background information. The other one is complete guide for grade 5 community connection. It has 7 parts under it. First one is introduction. They have the basic information about building blocks, the standards, the targets, and assignment, and other available materials. Readers can easily build a specific foundation about community connections. Then the building block follows a 6E learning circle that includes pre-evaluate, engage, implore, explain, elaborate, and post-evaluate. In pre-evaluate, a quick draw activity are used to determine what is already known about the topics of study. In engage, explore, explain, elaborate process, they have same topics like background, overview, materials, and teachers' preparation, with different contents that related to length, volume, force, etc. Using a rubric and a summative assessment to let students demonstrate what they have learned and their attainment in post-evaluate process. There are several positive features which are particularly beneficial to both educators and students. First of all, as an integrative learning process, the curriculum approaches how to integrate the concepts and practice of STEM and other subjects, especially language, social study, and art. The one point that I'm really interested in is the good connection between subjects and how they stimulate and improve each other. For instance, the same thinking skill that students are using in language, such as reading, writing, and communicating, can also be used in STEM, such as scientific engineering and technological design. Secondly, the curriculum supports key pedagogical principles and series. 6E Learning Circle is a complete learning process for students. It has both pre-evaluate and post-evaluate, which is quantitative assessment for educators and students to evaluate the quality of the classroom and the curriculum. The learning process also using 6 e-learning to give students a deeper understanding, which leads to long-term understanding. Students can use the learning skills to solve the real-world problem. Here is the next beneficials. All of these diagrams are legible, accessible, and impressive for readers. First one is a continuum of STEM disciplines. It illustrates the background of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and how does the principles integrate together into the curriculum. Second one is a diagram which clearly demonstrates the relationship between each building blocks and technology, engineering, environment, mathematics, and science. There's another beneficial. EBD is organized into building blocks. There is one building block per grade. Together, the 6 building blocks of EBD provide students with a sound foundation for future STEM learning experience both in school and beyond. The curriculum still have some advantages, such as the lessons are aligned to standards for technological literacy, national science education standards, and common core state standards for math and English language arts, and other national and state standards. All questions are based directly upon the national standards and the learning objects that were used to develop the EBD content. On the other hand, it can improve teachers' skills that they teach this curriculum in their classes, because the education module is developing and educator can add them own opinions during the learning process. However, there are still some parts that I'm concerned on, and here is the suggestions. The first one is the lessons are too long for students to keep the concentrate on and motivate them to learn. Even though some lessons take only 20 to 30 minutes, while others may take several hours to complete, each building block should take about 6 to 8 weeks based on an average of 3 to 4 hours of implementation per week. In addition, communicate connection for grade 5 have 20 lessons. It is hard for students to remember the initial parts when they are in the final parts, especially the post-evaluate process. So if students get a bad result in their final assessment, the reason may be they couldn't remember the answer after a while. If the curriculum can combine the 20 lessons together when they have the same topics, and if the time of the class can average in 50 to 60 minutes, it will be easier for students to pay attention on all the information and details. The second one is the learning process can be improved by adding more elements in each subject. As integrative learning curriculum, it makes a meaningful connection between subject areas, including science, math, technology, history, and language learning. However, the concept of science and math is more complex for students to understand when they accept all the meaning of the expressions and units at the same time. And they will mix up the information because they learned all of the subjects together. Therefore, if the curriculum adds more elements in each subject and review the hardest and important part before the next steps, it will enhance students' thinking skills and give them confidence to go over the challenge. Thirdly, it is not easier for teachers to begin to incorporate STEM areas into their teaching process. Even though the learning plan is a complete system which supported educators implementing STEM education step by step, and the website states that the program is flexibility in mind in order to meet the needs of students who who have had prior STEM learning experience. It is still complex for teachers to start it, and the pre-evaluate process is not a complete assessment to evaluate who are new to participate in STEM learning experience. To evaluate students who are new to participate in STEM learning experience. Therefore, the curriculum needs to keep working on the flexibility of the lessons and complete the pre-evaluate to let each student face the beneficial steps in their STEM learning process. That's it. Thank you. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your time.